What is up guys, Bro here. In today's video, we're going to talk about aperture. So you might have heard that aperture is one out of three variables in the exposure triangle, and it is used to control the depth of field of your images. So let's say you want to take a portrait and you want the nice blurry background. You might want to set your aperture down to f1.8, and for night photography or landscape, and you want more area in your picture to be in focus, f8 or f11 will be a good choice. And this is when it starts to get a bit confusing for beginners photographer, because you know f1.8 and f2.8 is when your lens is wide open and let more light in, and the opposite way around. So f32, f22 is when your lens is closing down and let less amount of light in. So why bigger number smaller and smaller number bigger? This is because if you look closely onto your lens, the f number will be represented as something like 1:1.8, or for your kit lens, which is a non-constant zoom lens, the aperture is represented by 1:3.5 to 5.6. You notice that this is a fraction, so if you focus this in math class, you will know which number is bigger. So for instance, let's say f1.8, which is 1/1.8, will be bigger than f8, which is 1/8. So to understand this further, let's take a look at how f number is calculated. So the aperture in your lens is calculated by the focal length divided by the diameter of the aperture pupil. So for example, if you have a 24mm lens at the aperture diameter of 8.6mm, that will give you f2.8. And you can work backward as well. So let's say the legendary 50mm f1.8 will have the aperture diameter of 50 divided by 1.8, which will give you 28mm. So just based on the formula we just looked at, you will understand why zoom lens with constant aperture like 24-70 f2.8 is pretty expensive, because every time you zoom in, the diameter of the aperture has to change to keep the f number constant. And for fast zoom lens, you will need a gigantic aperture pupil to achieve something like 600mm f4. So now you know, if you see someone carrying the lens that looks like this or like this, you have to appreciate the technology that goes into it. Okay, why am I look so yellow? Okay guys, so that's it for this video of How to Tip Bro. I hope you learned something new today. If you think I deserve it, please click a subscribe down there and like it as well. If you think I didn't, that's okay. Thanks for making this far into the video anyway. Please check out my other video on the channel, and yep, that's it. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.